Hi, today we're going to look at how to create a song and how to play with a few different things. How to record or how to play in a freestyle, how to play a tune with a rhythm pattern, drum, something like that, how to play a tune with a melody line or some kind of a melodic instrument. But before we do that, I forgot an embellishment the last time, so we're going to watch that first. Very shortly after I thought I had completed my last secrets video on embellishments, I realized that I had left out one that I use a fair amount on more upbeat tunes. I'm going to categorize this as a flourish, and I guess I would call it a combination finger trill. So it's using more than one finger at a time, and it's used as kind of a bold statement. That is the basics of it, and here is one of my little backing tracks that I do. So that would be using it in context. Sorry I left that out of the last video, but I wanted to make sure it got into the beginning of secrets number 5. To start the creating a song, I thought I would start with a basic rhythm, how to play with a beat. And I'm going to do one that's pretty basic and show how I would get into starting to do that. This will be an F flute. So I kind of start getting that beat to where I can feel it. After I've kind of got that internalized, then I kind of play around with it a little bit. first I was just playing, kind of moving with the beat. As I internalized that beat and became a part of that, or that became a part of me, then I was able to just kind of venture around there, but making sure I was focused into the constraints of that beat. Many of the things that I played had some similarities. I would find a musical phrase and repeat it. Maybe go back and visit that, or I would repeat a pattern of notes and play it in different spots on the flute. Now, I honestly don't remember what I just played. There was something sort of like this. Something like that, I changed it slightly and played it a few times. And then I played it start down here a little bit more. So a basic note pattern da, 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 da. So I'm using that kind of a deal along with the drum pattern, and you can use different notes, but keeping that same rhythmic pattern, you can combine different notes in there. So that's one of the ways that I look at putting a song together. Now here's a freestyle type version. If you can think about looking at a sunset, looking at a picture that inspires you, and try and play something to help tell that story to somebody else. So that had no basic rhythm. I didn't do a lot of repeats anywhere. I was trying to visualize beautiful sunset or sunrise. Those are things that inspire me a lot. And I picked a low flute. This happens to be a B minor flute, to help try to tell that story to my listener. Another way to try to put together a song, just in a freestyle, what I call a freestyle. Some people could say that is playing from the heart. Almost everything I play is from the heart. It's what I feel. It's how I express myself musically. Use this. It's a Rav drum, a steel tongue drum. This is what they call a G pygmy scale, so I will be playing a G flute. See if I can do a loop on this one. Again, listen. What I was playing was to kind of an ambient beat, almost, even though this had a melody, I treated it more like a drone, or a pad maybe to a keyboard, a synthesizer. And in doing that, I just kind of found where the beat was. I played much slower than the basic beat of this drum. You don't have to play the exact same beat. If I turn this back on, it's going to play again. So I could have played a lot faster, like I just did then, but I chose to use this as something that I could make it more soothing with the flute. So those are things that I look at when I'm playing. This next part is going to be playing with a backing track. This is one that I made for House of the Rising Sun. I'm going to try to play as if I've never heard it before, and that's going to be really hard, but I'm going to try to come at this as if it's something brand new to me. I know it's in A minor, so that's the premise that I'm going with. the other ones I am listening to the rhythm. I tried playing a little bit more of a scale song with that. Um, that song has one basic part with a little refrain at the end of each verse. So it's kind of one verse with a refrain at the end of it. Most songs have one part, two parts, or three parts. One part could be kind of considered to be a jam type of deal, where it just kind of goes over and over. And this is very similar to that type of a song. It has one basic part to it. Many songs have a verse and a chorus, and some will have a verse, a chorus, and a bridge that happens sometimes throughout the song. It doesn't. It's not verse, bridge, chorus, or verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, bridge. The bridge doesn't happen sometimes regularly. It might be a complete change in somewhere in the song. Maybe happens once, might happen a few times. So listen through a new backing track if that's what you're playing to. If you're creating your own song, you can construct it in those ways. One way to do it is to have a repeating part, as I mentioned before, and change it up a little bit. So one way you can do that is to have kind of little pieces of a song and put it together that way. This one is one that I wrote. It's called Coyote Tales. And then it repeats. So two basic parts, and that's how I think about some of the songs I do. I might be doing something with a guitar, and I'll create the song using the guitar, doing a chord progression, like I've done on House of the Rising Sun, which I just kind of borrowed that. I changed it just slightly because of a way that I had heard it once before, and I played that song for years. But I will take a chord progression or a rhythm pattern, a melody rhythm pattern on this drum, and I will learn that, and it might have two different parts. Usually I do two different parts, maybe three. Most of mine seem to be two. And with the flute, I will treat this as either the vocal portion of the song. So it kind of goes it interweaves a slightly different melody with a rhythm guitar or the melody rhythm pattern on this type of drum. And this takes a different melody and tells the story that way. It's similar to a lead guitar or a vocal in that respect. And that's how I look at the flute. That's the way I construct songs. That's the way many, many people construct a song. They'll take pieces of it, they'll create a verse, they'll create a chorus, and figure out how to combine those two. There might be a little transition, there might be a bridge that, that will give kind of an intermission point in there that'll be like a little interlude. So I hope this has helped you on how I create songs, gives you maybe some ideas on how you can create a song, whether it is the flute by itself, the flute combined with maybe backing tracks, and I will give you down in the description some links on sites to go to find a drum pattern track that you can play along with, or some melody type backing tracks, and they're free. You can also look on YouTube. You can Google them. I'm sure there are other sites that have them also. There are places where you can purchase them, but the ones that I'm going to give you are free. Um, and I hope you enjoy that. I hope this has helped you to think a little bit about how you can construct your song and maybe learned from the way that I have learned to do mine. As I mentioned, you can do a freeform type of deal where there's no real rhythm. You have the basic key of the flute, and you're just going with the flow that is a part of you. Maybe watching a video to inspire you, or looking at a sunset or a picture or something like that. You can take anything in the form of inspiration. A bird flying by, leaves falling, snow coming down, the wind blowing the trees, things like that. You can use a tree line for your melody line, using the highest trees as your highest notes. So you can construct a song that way. So I hope this has helped you. Sharing my secrets with you that I have learned will help you to play the flute the best way that you possibly can. Thanks for watching.